guys, welcome to checking out the demo for Seance at Blake Manor. This is a game, again like Aether and Iron, that I've had my eyes on for quite a while. I found it just based, I think it was on a Reddit ad or something, and it just popped up and I was like, I'm gonna go check that out. It looks like my kind of jam. Yeah, this is basically, let's go to the store page. Just do a quick look at it from here first so people know what we're looking at. This is a Raw Fury game by Spooky Doorway developer, and it's a mystery game, essentially, with puzzles and stuff, and it's point and click, and it, you know, seems to have some kind of, like, thinking tree or something, hypothesis generator, a bit like the Sherlock Holmes games. I don't know. I've not played it yet, so we're going to go and check it out now that it's on the demo and see, you know, just how we like it. So let's get into, well, first of all, I want to check a couple of options and make sure there's not, I haven't really looked at the options for this yet. Hold for run mode, tutorial hold, what? I don't know what it means. Sigil drawing speed, okay. Camera FOV, I wasn't expecting an FOV slider in this game. Motion blur off, vignette 10%. Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave it all there. Well, let's just get into the game and see how it looks. If there's anything we don't like, we'll come back to the options and tweak it. Start a new game. Yes. We were going to be checking out The Last Caretaker as well today, and it wasn't running very well. So we're gonna just jump into this one instead.
I waste no time, as there's none for wasting.
Oh, it's voice acting.
Blake Manor in Connemara.
Very loud. Holy cow.
Yesterday a guest went missing. A young woman.
I'm just gonna drop the volume a bit.
Everyone here carries on as if nothing has happened. She has not left. Of that I am sure. This envelope contains £200.
200 pounds?
Accept this money and come quick, for I fear she's not long for this world. A further £300 will be paid out.
300?
Alive. I know
Damn.
the rest of Ireland might well be the far side of the world for its distance from you, but there's no one else to turn to.
Already this guy's getting paid better than the protagonist of Aether and Iron.
And perhaps most importantly, godly.
Oh. So there's going to be some
the girl that this is true.
Religious overtones, maybe. They need a godly man. Do you need an exorcist? Is that what you're after? I don't know. The Seance of Blake Manor. I mean, with a name like the Seance of Blake Manor, you know there's going to be some creepy spiritual shit going on. Some supernatural weirdness. I can't wait. We are in the spooky season, so this is the right kind of game to play for it. October 29th, 11 PM, Blake Manor Courtyard. Day 1.
Evelyn Dean. Daughter of the slumlord, Rupert Dean. I wonder if my employer hired me because of my past with her family. Or maybe they don't know of her father's involvement in my brother's death.
Ooh, already we've got a problem. I noticed there's a clock up here. I don't know if this is going to have like a real-time mechanic or not.
I suppose that too will become clear in time.
Oh. So like blueprints, we control our character. Interesting. Alright. You can move fast by running and pressing shift. You will move slower crouching, pressing control. Settings can be altered. Hold to proceed. Whoop. Whee. Okay, yep. All works. That checks out. A not uncommon centerpiece at a place such as this. Interesting. Okay. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Hello? Is somebody there? Oh, it was just birds. It was just 3 birds in a trench coat. What the hell? The washerwoman evidence. Oh man, I'm covering up some of this stuff. There was a little pop out there that said washerwoman. I can't. I'm seeing things. You know, I might be better off up here. I don't know. I'll stay up here for now. The lateness of the hour and the long day of travel must have my nerves on edge. Still, perhaps I will ask. I'll go and talk to them in the manor and say, is it normal for the birds to imitate people? And they'll be like, what? Yeah, you know, put on a coat and just stack up. And you can check the evidence in the records by pressing 2. Yes. Records contain a catalogue of the evidence that Ward has gathered during his investigation. Some evidence can be examined and analysed. Further information. You can examine the hiring letter, for example. Yeah, the washerwoman, huh? I thought I saw a woman washing clothes in the fountain in the front of the manor. I thought it was weird, because surely a manor like this would have a laundry room. Built on conquered land by Edward Blake in 1655. Who did they conquer? I wonder. Map of the region. A map of the area for several miles around that is dated, but fit for purpose. My luggage, hastily packed. The photograph of Miss Dean. Photograph of Miss Evelyn Dean, looks to be in her 20s. I like how there's this discussable with people, so you know who you can ask about these different things. Didn't expect the first person camera, me neither. I was expecting it to be like fixed scenes, kind of like a point and clicky, bit like what we were just playing, you know. Not actually moving around the scenery, but that's good. If it doesn't have a washing room and the game was made by Americans because they need to walk a block for a wash, not true. You have washing facilities in their own houses as well. Yeah, you know, coin-op laundromats, probably more for like really old city buildings, like apartment blocks and stuff where they didn't want to plumb them in and they were like, yeah, just go to a communal laundromat, you know, but they do have that too. Oh my. We have a laundry place in town here as well, and it's like, so there must be houses in our town that don't actually have laundry facilities in them because there is literally a laundromat in the town, and I'm like, huh, interesting. Not a thing we do in England much. The letter I received on hiring the case. Examine. I'll waste no time as there's none for wasting. I write from Blake Manor in Connemara. Yesterday, a guest went missing, a young woman named Evelyn Dean, photograph enclosed. Everyone here carries on as if nothing has happened, but her room's not been slept in, nor have any locals seen her off the hotel grounds. She has not left, of that I am sure. This envelope contains £200. Please, sir, accept this money and come quick. I fear she's not long for this world. A further £300 will be paid if you find her alive. I know that the west of Ireland might well be the far side of the world for its distance from you, but there's no one else to turn to. I hear you are an honourable man with a steadfast investigator and perhaps, most importantly, godly. I pray for the girl, blah, blah, blah. So this is just what we overheard at the beginning. Cool. That was the 26th. Oh, yeah. Okay. The art style, to me, is very much like the blueprints, you know, like that, very simple tones. Yeah. Never heard of laundromats in my country. We have washing facilities, but it's for professional. Yeah, same in England. Like, everybody always had washing facilities in their home. I mean, when they didn't have plumbing, it was, you know, washing board and scrub tub. Like, yeah, the scrubbing board and a big tub, and you do that. So, and there might have been, you know, communal facilities for that, but then when automatic machines and everything became a thing, people just had plumbing in their house for it most of the time. There was something in the fountain where I thought I saw a woman. A shawl. Can I take it? Oh. I've got a bad feeling about this place. There's a shawl in the fountain. I'm gonna walk around the perimeter. Do a good old perimeter walk. Ooh, yeah, here we go, here we go. She's been turned into a statue. I found her. She's over here. She's a statue now. She's made of bronze. Maybe. I don't know, actually. Okay, well, I can't read the screed on it, so... Looking at things seems to advance the time. A bronze statue of a lady. It's not that old. A few years, perhaps? No, this is her. She's been turned into a statue. A dedication to Mary Blake, the Marquis's wife. Though taken from us too soon, she will live on in our hearts and lives through her kind and charitable deeds. Mary Blake. So mother, grandmother, whoever, of Evelyn, maybe? So that's the other reason I'm kind of wasting time and walking around. I want to see if time ticks forward on its own or when I interact with things. Because I noticed there's a little icon that looks like a clock face. As if, you know, an action costs time. A bit like a game in Blueprints. Every time you go into another room, it's like time used up. The time currency gets used. Hello? Knock knock, anybody in? Window cleaning service. And they'll be like, ah, there's a creepy weirdo at my window. And what is down the side here? Oh, hello. She's in the barrel. Somebody melted her down. Yeah, look, there's like a 1 there. That's almost like it's saying you'll use 1 minute to look at this. There it goes. It went. Yep, so that's how that works. Okay. A barrel of rusty-colored rainwater. Ew. You know what kind of diseases are carried in places like that? I like how they're going to be like, we expected you 3 minutes ago, sir. Where have you been? Silly people, they don't get proper windows, just window-shaped stickers. I know, right? Illuminated fake windows. They're a bit like in the Outer Worlds. The colony buildings all had like fake frontages on them. And it was like, they didn't even give you real windows, but they put like illuminated window-shaped frontages on them. It'd be like, why couldn't they just put a window there? Why did they need to make it look like it has windows, but it doesn't? That's so weird. But very fitting. I should check with the front desk for any information on Miss Dean's whereabouts. Also, apparently it's Halloween. They've got creepy pumpkins out. Time is of the essence if you are to solve the mystery of Blake Manor. Time advances when Ward interacts with objects and characters. Yeah, we figured that out. Okay. So you kind of have to, I guess, figure out what you want to interact with. What's more important? Well, I'm going to look at the jack-o'-lanterns. Turnips! Oh, God. Oh, that's actually how jack-o'-lanterns got started, so that's interesting. Turnips with carved faces and glowing embers placed inside. Horrifying things. How pagan. And re-looking doesn't cost you any time, which is good. Hey, yes, I know, game. I'm busy exploring. There's nobody around. I could ring the reception bell or spend a moment taking in the place. I want to spend a moment. You record your goals and progress at the mystery map. The mystery map. 1. You have unlocked a mystery. You should investigate it. Is Miss Dean still at the manor? I have arrived at the manor to confirm if Miss Dean was here, and if not, if no longer present, was the manner of her leaving the cause of concern. Each mystery contains evidence and leads. Evidence provides information for your investigation, and leads provide guidance and avenues for your investigation. Selecting a connection reveals the context for why 2 nodes are connected. Okay. Potential connection. I should ring the bell so that I can speak to the manager of the check-in. I should check into the hotel as well. Okay. I have been summoned here for that reason. Yeah, so that's good that you can actually look at the link and be like, why did this lead to this? I mean, for now it's easy, but later when it gets complicated, that level of like being able to check in on stuff is very good. All right, back. It is Friday the 29th, so we're 3 days later, I guess. I can look at the newspapers, open the table. There is little of interest in here. Okay, newspapers. The local news, albeit an old issue, some pages are missing. What remains are all positive stories. What about these? Old editions of the local papers, the main story is a burning of a family under suspicion. One of them was a fetch. A changeling child. Oh. It is 3 days since Miss Dean went missing. Yeah, I just said that. Thanks, game. Oh, look at the little, like, wisp of smoke coming from the candle. That's good. That's the man. I can just walk into the manager's office. Tick, tock, tick, tock. It's even later than I thought, because I keep on looking at things. Entertainment schedule. A listing of all guest activities planned for this event. Nice. I can analyze people, documents, and certain items, move the magnifying glass to hunt for observations. Oh, man, that's cool. So Monday the 25th was 1:30 p.m. welcome luncheons. Tuesday the 26th, 3 p.m. afternoon tea and lawn games. Ooh. And 8 p.m. bridge. Wednesday the 27th, 1 to 5 p.m. horse riding. 2 p.m. parlor games. Thursday the 28th, 2 p.m. archery and elsewise cricket. And 8 p.m. divination with Mrs. Mantavani. Friday the 29th, 11 a.m. carriage tour of the land. Saturday the 30th is masked ball. That's tomorrow at 9 p.m. Sunday the 31st, 8 p.m. silent dinner. It was a different time back then when they thought that was entertaining, to just sit and eat your food and don't talk. 9 p.m. the grand seance. Talks held daily in the drawing room located in the West Corridor. Information on talks to be posted outside the room each morning. So on the day she disappeared, there was tea and lawn games and a bridge game at 8 p.m. Interesting. And then we got a masked ball tomorrow evening at the ballroom. Okay. Silent dinner. We'll make a note of that. The grand seance. Talks held daily in a drawing room located in the West Corridor. Information, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, cool. Alright, all observations discovered. I got a peek. I got a snoop. A list of the staff's rota for the next few days. I've recorded their movements in my timetable in case it proves useful. Yeah, that was a thing I noticed. A timetable. How do I move to that? Maybe I need to be in my investigation? No. Okay, I have no idea how to get to that. Close the drawer so he doesn't know I looked. The Grand Seance, a gathering of all intellects interested in esoteric mysteries, regardless of sex, color, or creed. Join renowned mystic Carmela Mantavani as she leads us in the most advanced crossing of the veil as yet witnessed by mortal man. No wobbling tables, distant moans, or questionable planchettes here. The spirits, see the spirits for yourself, and better yet, speak with it directly. What is going on here? Some attempt to talk with a ghost? That cannot be possible. I have heard of seances before, but always the spirit speaks through a medium or person or object. Surely a fraudulent and spiritually dubious What on earth was Evelyn Dean doing here? Her father did not strike me as a spiritual man, nor one who would allow his child to stray so far from his sight that she could end up here of all places. Who was this woman? Who indeed? More jack-o'-lanterns. I see a private letter written in a swirly script that may have been Middle Eastern. Personal letter from Victoria Lau has no reference to the manor or planned event whatsoever. Letters from Mr. Dupree. He is half-heartedly inquiring about a business. A photo of him outside the manor is included. His expression is flat. He's enjoying himself. Are these new newspapers? Random issues, each focusing on how peaceful the region is. This is already sus as hell. Oh, hello. A paper from 3 years ago. Why would they keep this? The main story is the carriage accident that resulted in the death of the Marquis's wife. Was she here figuring that out? I'm gonna call it already. She was here investigating that shit. Books. Assortment of trashy romance novels. Damn. Been acquired by the staff as inappropriate. There's no need to go poking at these things. I'm not going to spend a minute on that stuff. It's pretty obviously not going to give us much. Ooh, giant elk skull. Yeah, sending selfies at such times? So hipster, I know, right? This elk skull must be dated 10,000 years or maybe more. A roaring fireplace. It's good to be able to warm myself up a little after that rain, but I'll keep my distance nonetheless. Another newspaper. From 2 years ago, talking of a local fair, positive impact had on the area. They love just trumpeting themselves, don't they? Like everything was so positive. A book about those carved turnips. Oh. Okay, read on. Jack-o'-lanterns are turnips with faces carved into them. Embers are placed inside to give him a glowing effect. They're supposed to ward off evil spirits. They're based on Stingy Jack, a drunk who tried to trick the devil. Or trick the devil even. After a night's drinking with the devil, he convinced the fiend to climb a tree. Then he carved a cross into the tree's trunk and old Nick was trapped. Jack only let him down once he promised to never claim his soul. When he died, Jack wasn't allowed into heaven for his generally sinful ways, but the devil held true to his word and didn't let Jack into hell either, so he was left to wander the earth for eternity. Old Nick sent him on his way with an ever-burning lamp of coal from hell itself to light his way. To save his hands, he put the coal into the turnip and has been roaming the land ever since. Supposedly, other spirits see the lanterns, think it's the real Jack, and run for fear that he'll trick them too. I heard they've taken the tradition to America and use pumpkins instead. I can't see it being as eerie somehow. Because pumpkins are tasty, and turnips are gross, which is why they're more scary. I gotta go sleep. See you all. Have fun. No problem, Joanna. Thanks for hanging out. Take care and have a good evening. Okay. A book. Clearly handled with care. Okay, but what was in it? The telegraph room. Okay, let's ring the bell. Let's talk to somebody. Ding ding. Hello. And yes, fun fact, that is actually part of the lore surrounding jack-o'-lanterns, right there. They used to be turnips because of that little story. It's a folk tale. I was surprised years ago when I read about it. I was like, oh, cool. And then, yeah, they became pumpkins over in the Americas.
Hello, I'm Declan Ward. I telegrammed ahead.
I see. We did not receive your message, Mr. Ward. Our telegraph machine is broken. Regardless, I am Vincent Varley, the manager here. We are quite full at present, but we can fit you in. I'll send word that a room should be prepared, and I'll show you to it as soon as is possible. It shall be no later than midnight. But first,
you got half an hour then, bro.
Our guests to sign in, if you would.
Okay, let's have a look. There she is. Evelyn Dean's signature. Signed the register a few days ago. A lot of names here, all signed within the last week. More than I thought there would be. Well, they've obviously got a full week of schedule. Excluding myself and Miss Dean, there are 17 others that are currently staying in the hotel. A record of who arrived and departed and when, and I noticed Miss Dean has not signed out. Only one guest signed in with an X, meaning his gathering has unusually high literacy rates. Person X and Father Lorcan Sino signed in after Miss Dean reportedly went missing. So they signed in afterwards. They weren't here, so they're probably not suspects, right? Is what I'm gathering. Okay. Well, there's nothing else here. E to sign in.
I see you are busy for somewhere so remote, though it seems quiet around here.
The seance has brought a great many visitors, it's true. Most have retired early to be ready for the weekend ahead.
Ah, yes, the, seance. I noticed the Miss Dean's name signing in. Does that happen to be Evelyn Dean?
It is. Rather, it was. I'm afraid she's not staying with us any longer. Were you hoping to meet her?
I was. She's, left already?
She has, yes. Can I help with anything else?
Interesting. So who actually hired us for this job? It obviously wasn't the hotel manager. If he's being that cagey, like, oh yeah, she left, she's no longer with us, yeah. You can engage in conversation with characters by discussing events from the record. Certain responses will reveal new information, exposing more about characters and their mysteries. Discussing topics will consume time. Select Discuss Evidence and ask Mr. Varley about Miss Dean. Discuss the evidence to proceed. Okay, so I can discuss the evidence. All of this. Let's go to everything. So let's ask about Mary Blake, the late wife of our host, Jonathan Blake. Oh wait, Blake? Why did I think that the statue was a relative? Blake and Dean are two different names. I got that entirely wrong for some reason. Guys, I'm sorry. Names are hard. You're all probably face-palming very hard when I said what I said earlier. Like, what? Yep. My bad. Alright, what can you tell me about Mary Blake? Marchioness Blake was a kind woman and dedicated mother. Her death came as a deeply tragic shock for all of us at the manor. I don't know if I pronounced that right. The Marquis and his son were naturally never the same, no doubt. That is the reason this seance is taking place now. Okay. What about her? Wow, she's discussable with basically everybody. I'm sorry, but did you say Miss Dean departed already? Yes, Tuesday night, perhaps Wednesday morning. Oh. Her letter said she had to leave on short notice. Letter? In truth, she took her luggage and left in the middle of the night. In the morning, we found only a letter and her payment at the front desk. Would that be usual for her? I could not say, sir. This was the first time she stayed here. Interesting. Let's talk about the washerwoman. You will think me quite mad, Mr. Varley, but I saw a woman washing something in the fountain. I can assure you that our facility has full laundry. Nothing is washed in the fountain. Perhaps you saw a bean-eye. It would be fitting for the time of year and the gathering here, though unfortunate for whoever's clothes were being washed. Okay. I'm guessing that's like a name for a local spirit type of some kind. Tell me more about the manor. What can you tell me about the manor? Well, it was built in the mid-1600s on land awarded to Edward Blake for his part in the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland. Well, I'm sure that's not controversial at all. It has since been passed down throughout the generations of the Blake family and has survived any number of tragedies. Marquis Jonathan Blake is the latest in the line to hold the title, with him and his son, young Master Walter, being the last two members of the line. Walter better get busy then, huh? It was the Marquis's initiative to open the manor as a hotel in 1870 to pull the place through the difficult post-famine years. That is all I could say, though I suspect there is more information in the library should you care for more. About my luggage, my good man. I'm sorry about the late hour. I misjudged the time needed for the journey. It happens often enough, though usually not so late in the day. Our driver knows the routes well. He would shorten your return trip. I will keep that in mind, thank you. You may deposit your luggage on the rack to my right. Our porter will then bring it to your room when ready. What if I wanted to carry it myself? I don't want your man sneaking through my shit. Tell me about your telegraph machine. You mentioned the telegraph machine is down. It is. Likely the storm has shorted the battery. Terrible timing. I've tried to wire up a replacement, but I've had no luck. I'll have the groundsman look into it in the morning. What about this map of the region? Is there much to do outside the manor? Refreshments can be requested on the patio. Many of our guests enjoy walking the grounds. There is a hedge maze for your enjoyment. Mr. Hunter also offers horse riding sessions, though I believe those are now booked out. If you're asking if there is anything outside the grounds, no. Galford, the town you took the carriage from, is our closest point of contact. I'm sure you will find the hotel offers everything you could need during your stay with us. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are served in the dining room. That's usually where you eat, yes. There is a well-stocked library, a bar, nice, a drawing room for relaxation that includes a variety of games and records for your entertainment. Sadly, the bathhouse is closed at this time of year. The water is too cold to heat. And usually we have the telegraph room for communication. I am sure it will be repaired soon. It won't be. It's going to be down the whole time. Tell me about the seance. Looks like you've gone to some trouble with this event. The seance is the first of its kind. It seems prudent to put some expense into the event. What makes this seance distinct from others? Well, I simply run the hotel and would not be the best source for an in-depth explanation, but I will try my best. A typical seance allows only limited communication with a ghost. Limited in that a medium is needed, a host, a device, etc. It's believed that at the right time of year, with the right collection of people gathered, a more direct form of communication could be achieved. So those people have been gathered here at Samhain. I know how that's pronounced. I used to be interested in pagan stuff. Where and when the veil is thinnest to see if that is true. Basically, Halloween, or Hallows Eve, I believe, is the actual date. Or close to it. No, it's not, is it? Yeah, anyway, whatever. It's around this time of year. October. End of October. As I say, that is the belief. Whether you believe it, Mr. Ward, it is up to you. And tell me about yourself. I am the manager here at the hotel. With the utmost respect, Mr. Ward, I think that's all you need to know. Analyze. Look him over. Oh, it's very much like the Holmes games, where you have to scroll down a person and highlight all the stuff and get clues about them. He has a crack in his glasses. They must be difficult to see through. The damage must be recently, or he would have fixed them. He's very unhappy. Displeased, even. Is it me or someone else? Is like, yes, you woke me up. I was getting to bed when you rung the bell. Anything else? That's it. I thought there was something in the middle. Hand on his pocket watch. Keeps checking the watch. He's either pressed for time, ruled by routine, or both. Okay. Anything else I can... oh, yeah. Yeah, we can ask about all this. Did you happen to drop your glasses? It's nothing, sir. They're serviceable. I'll have them replaced after the event. Why so sad? Are you alright? You look rather perturbed. I'm perfectly fine. My mind is on the hotel and the event. Oh, of course. Am I keeping you from something? Are you very busy, sir? I noticed you're holding your watch there. These events do not run themselves. Its and the Manor's success depend on tight scheduling. Looks like I can do no more
need
there.
Nothing else. Thank you.
Then please wait here. The staff will prepare your room, and I'll be back to show you to it shortly. Now, if you will excuse me, with the telegraph machine broken, I have delivery orders to write for the morning. If you need me again, you know how to summon me.
There's a draw like a ritual circle with a pentagram and light the candles in the correct order. No, you mean just ring the bell. Okay. So Miss Dean was here, but she left. Her date of departure doesn't line up with the letter I received. It would be good to see if the letter, that she left behind. Having looked around out here, I'm not sure Miss Dean's letter is still being kept in the reception area. Likely the manager has it in his office. Exploring and interacting with items, you can progress the investigation. To see which objects you can interact with, hold down space to enter Detective Vision. Nice, cool. Oh! Yes. I see the world in blue. I am a detective. So everything that glows, basically, is what I can play with. Cool. There's a trash bin. Nothing inside. Okay. We got these discs. What on earth could these be for? It could be that they're important, that maybe there's a clue to their use somewhere around here. Oh, I'll just take them all. Okay. Sure. There's a cloakroom. An atrium. Luggage room. Oh, yeah, I can place my luggage down. I will let the porter take it. I might as well leave this here. Thunk. Refreshments. The water seems frigid even for this weather. So I can't really do anything else with the fireplace. I'm going to check this telegraph. See if I can fix it. I know how these things work. Oh my. There is a faint smell of burnt paper in the air here. You burned the letter. You son of a bitch. Okay. Well, let's go around the room and get started. So we've got a desk I can open. And look. Snoop. Ink and envelopes. Presumably for writing letters. A paper stack. Paper imprinted with the Blake family crest. Oh, we could do the pencil thing where you, like, make a rubbing and see what was written on the page that was above. Yes. Hey, I wasn't done. There was something underneath here. Another one. Spare paper with letterheads. Okay. And we have... Come on, I was able to click on it for a brief, glorious moment. Maybe I have to close those. How do I... Ah, there we go. Envelopes for letters yet to be written. A typewriter. Used to type incoming messages for guests. Well, I guess if they use a typewriter, they wouldn't have been handwriting anything. Drawers. Stationary ink for the machines and so on. Alright, well, if there's a smell of burnt paper. Nothing I can see from here that would cause the burning smell in the room. More stationery. Picture of a small cottage. Oh, looky here. Discs. Lots of discs. I can't see anything of note. Why would there be a smell of burnt paper? Defenders of the national education system highlight that in the 60 years since it was established, we have seen an increase in national literacy rates, resulting in an almost 86% literacy rate. Funny what happens when you fund your schools, right? However, detractors of the program point out that the rise in these figures is heavily impacted by both the death toll of the famine and the resultant mass immigration, both of which affected the poorer parts of society more than the richer and educated ones. So what they're saying is there are fewer dumb people left here because they either died or moved away. So the literacy rate went up. Not worth putting money into. Yes, because otherwise education for education's sake is just so terrible. Furthermore, census data indicates a high volume of citizens, especially women who can read but not write, a distinction not accounted for in previously mentioned figures. Taking these elements into account, it is fair to say that literacy rates, especially when accounting for both reading and writing, fall below the stated figure for the average citizen and decline further from Dublin one gets. A copy of How the Other Half Lives. It seems to be a book of photojournalism from the Americas. What was that? A ghost is writing a letter. I want to look at these books, though, if you don't mind. Somebody was reading upon old beliefs in the area. Like the phantom typewriter, for instance. Oh no, there's a message. Oh no. Well, okay. I could have sworn the page was blank. Now there's something here written in Irish. If only the language hadn't been taken from us. God damn you, British! Ugh. Well, crap. I am sure somebody in chat or the comments will know what that says. Oh, there's a vent. I can hear nothing. Oh, man. Ding! Okay, just like that. It's midnight and my room is ready. I should probably just go to it. I failed! I failed to find any suspicious activity at the manor and left early the next day. As a result, your actions, 0 people in the manor survived. What? How is that even a failure at this point? It's like my room was due to be ready at midnight and I was killing time and then they're like, you failed. Wow, this game is like very unforgiving. Holy shit. 44 hours until the seance. Well, what exactly happened? What exactly happened in that time? Holy shit. Oh, you can actually pick a time that you want to show up, though. Look at this. That's cool. Okay. Uh-huh. I guess we're starting again. I feel like this is going to be one of those games, if it has that kind of system, you can probably, like, you play to a point of destruction, like, oh shit, I did something wrong, and then you can go back to an earlier point and try again, and you can skip past all the filler and shit that you don't need to look at, like, this is a fireplace, dummy, you know, and you're not wasting time, and you kind of home in on the optimal route, which is interesting. Alright. Well, let's just get straight to it. I am going to have to go through this. Escape to skip the animation. Click to proceed. Close, close, close. Okay. Let's ding.
Yes?
Hello.
Yes, hello, hello, hello. We've been through all this before. Boom, sign the book, bitch. Okay. So we have that is intriguing. That is intriguing. That is intriguing. And that is intriguing. And then we sign.
I see you are busy. Indeed,
Yeah. We have a seance. Let's discuss things with them. Let's discuss Evelyn Dean. Okay. We know that she left a letter. She had to leave on short notice Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Okay. Talk about the washerwoman. I'm going to leave all the other stuff, mostly. Luggage. Okay. Analyze. Let's just do this again. Get all of his weird shit. Escape. And then we can discuss all of them. We already did all this. And this one. And we'll discuss the unhappiness that is deep within his soul. Maybe also the destroyed telegraph machine, yeah. Mm-hmm. And we'll leave.
I need nothing.
Then please, now, if you...
So she was here, left it. Departure does not line up with the letter I received. We were good to see the letter. And we can use detective vision to look at shit. So, bam. I will place my luggage. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed to do. Plop. Okay. Cloakroom. Let's look in here instead. Oh. St. Bridget's Cross. One of the staff putting these up around the manor? Interesting. Mr. Varley. Blasted cold. Mr. Hunter had best get on with fixing the window soon. Another reason for him to be pretty unhappy. Boots for use by the guests, average size, large and small. Coats left to dry. Crates with more turnips rotting. Ugh. Otherwise, a salt bowl to absorb moisture from the coat, some boots. That seems normal. Luggage room. I'm going to check all the other places we didn't look at before we go back to the other place. You never know. It's kind of weird that they have a room for luggage. You know, where, like, the guest's luggage is stored. It's like, don't they let them take it to their room and just keep the case there? Or are these, like, this is like the empty case storage to get it out of their room? That's interesting. They did things different in the old days, I guess. Emptied luggage of hotel guests. Ooh, what is in... Oh, damn, that's a big-ass fountain pen. Fuck. Everything needed to pen a letter, I guess. Locked, of course. There's something about the pattern on the lid. Yeah, look at that. The way it's pulling me in, I will have to return here later. Yeah, look. That's definitely esoteric looking if ever I saw it. And look at this strange connection of dots. Oh. There seems to be something stuck inside. The grate is fastened firmly to the wall and I can't get it out. A mystery object. Ooh. What happened here? Somebody's luggage fell. I do hope a spirit isn't trying to murder me. okay, a lot of this... Whoa, this is all filling out. Shit. Well, a record of who arrived and departed when I noticed that Miss Dean did not sign out, so I can actually look at it. Oh, damn, okay, we didn't even get into this. So 22nd, Ines Barbosa, 23rd, Simon Coventry, and whoever the hell else, and Evelyn Dean came in on the 23rd, 24th, a few more people showed up, 25th, a few more people, including the lady for the seance, and then on the day she supposed, well, the day we got the letter, or the day the letter was penned, these people showed up, one more person, and then someone else today and myself. Okay. So this was October the 26th. Yesterday a guest went missing. So that was the 25th that she went missing. Okay. So she went missing on October the 25th. Found this behind the desk that could help me with this. I should inquire as to where Miss Bean... Oh, did we not ask about that? We did, didn't we? No? Or did we? I guess we didn't. Interesting. Okay, let's go back. Was there anything about these strange events? Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's disgusting. Maybe the atmosphere and the occult talk getting to me, but I'm starting to think I'm seeing unsettling things in the old halls. And a mysterious object there. Yeah, that there. I'm gonna poke around a bit more in here again. Again, burnt paper smell in the air, but where would that be coming from? And yeah, that is definitely definitely a blank typewriter. Nothing in the vent. I wonder what's in the space behind there. Like, is that the luggage room through there, or is there like a space behind it? Nothing that would explain the burn smell. Okay. Let's have a look at this then. We have a bit more time. Midnight seemed to be the murder moment. Somebody tried to follow these instructions. A voltaic battery is built by stacking cells to reach the required voltage output. The diagram shows the battery with an output of 4 volts. The cell is made up of 2 discs called an anode and a cathode, separated by electrolytic bridge. So we have zinc disc, electrolyte bridge, and a copper disc. So each stack is a volt, I guess, because there's 4 stacks, 4 volts. What is required output voltage, though? What do we need to get it to? 6 volts. I got a feeling, guys, at 6 volts. Apparently the battery is dead and requires 6 volts, and there's the ticker. Okay. And how many does it have? 1, 2, it only has 3. Interesting. Repair. So we need to double this. The burnt out discs are where the smell in the room is coming from. Oh, they're burned out, okay. I have to remove them to avoid the fire. Give it a try. Use the new discs to replace the old ones. I need to assemble a battery with the right voltage power to power the machine. I just need the right number of discs in the right order. Okay, so we need one of those, one of those, one of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Test. The battery seems to be working. The telegraph machine now has a hum to it. I should tell the manager. I fixed it. It was pretty easy. So that typed a thing when I crouched there and did that. Interesting that it's the same trigger. That is interesting that it's the exact same trigger. Ah! I saw you, ghost. I'm not scared of you. You can't pass by these jack-o'-lanterns, can you? That's right. You're damn right there. Let's have another look at this thing again. List of planned activities. We need to probably tag them. So, the letter we got was from Tuesday, which means on Monday, the 25th, is when she disappeared. And then on the 26th, somebody wrote us a letter and said yesterday she disappeared. The manager said she checked out somewhere between Tuesday and Wednesday overnight and left behind money and a letter saying, I have to leave. Right. So there's an inconsistency there, obviously. So if we look at that again. Oh, damn. A pile of discs, we got it done. Okay. So if we look at the guest sign-in times. Yep, she showed up on the 23rd. And then on the 25th is when she supposedly disappeared and the next day somebody wrote. But he says she checked out between these two dates. Unknown. Okay. Don't mind me just coming in. He's like, hey, what are you doing in my office?
This area is for staff only.
Well, you're not out there, so I gotta come in here.
I would kindly ask you to leave this room. If you need assistance, you can ring the bell in the lobby.
All right, then. I shall. Keep an eye out for that weird fucking ghost that was there. All right. Get your ass out here, boy. I got questions for you.
May I be of service, Mr. Ward?
Okay. Let's see if maybe we should discuss any more of the evidence that we didn't discuss yet. Well, we already talked about all the pertinent stuff. Okay, so just ask about himself. And then he's like, I'm a manager, whatever. You don't get to know me better than that. Okay, map of the region, we'll discuss that. Not much to do anywhere else, but plenty to do in the Manor. Blake Manor itself and its history, the Cromwellian stuff. Mary Blake and how there was a problem. Deeply tragic. She dies. Now, let's do the new stuff. St. Bridget's Cross. Put out by the staff. There are some beautiful St. Bridget's crosses about the place. Yes, Mrs. Joyce has kindly been putting them up for us. Oh. Okay. Telegraph machine is done.
Your telegraph machine seems...
Maybe this gets him in that room and we can go to his room.
Is that so? Mr. Hunter must have slipped in unnoticed and fixed it.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Then you'll have to excuse me. I have messages to send ahead of tomorrow. I will be in the telegraph room should you need me. You shouldn't be waiting much longer for your room, I assure you. It will be ready by midnight at the latest.
Can I ask him about other stuff before he leaves? No, shit. I shouldn't have asked that then. I should have asked about the strange occurrences. I should act quickly. I don't know how long he'll stay in there. Character locations and points of interest can be viewed on the map. Press for... Oh, that's cool. This is the map. The yellow area indicates where Ward is. and you can see where the other characters are. Characters will change positions every hour. Be sure to keep an eye on the map, and new areas will be added as the manor is explored. Interesting. I like that. That's very good. Oh, that's so good. All right. I just heard a thunk. The place is freezing, explains why his demeanor. Yeah, he was muttering about, like, a cold room. Hat box. It's empty. Okay. Where would you keep a letter? In a drawer, usually. Mr. Varley's mid-draft orders. He's requesting payments hold off until after the event is over. In response to Mr. Varley, who seems to have asked after a child on behalf of a young mother, the letter assures him the child is safe but otherwise not forthcoming. That's, yeah. A little weird. Mail to be delivered, nothing but requests for supplies. Room assignments. Who is in which room? Useful information to have. If there's something underneath it. Yes, there we go. Yes. Oh, it's Evelyn's letter. Found it. I think this is Miss Dean's departure letter. Let me guess, does that signature line up with the signature on the sign-in book? I bet it doesn't. Strange, he must have been examining it when I arrived. It's signed. I wonder, does this match the signature in the book? See, I'm well ahead of you there, game protagonist. It kinda doesn't. Are there any differences in the signature? Quite a few, actually. Which one is the current? Which one is from? I want to know which one's from the letter. But yeah, look at this. Like, this loop, this is more exaggerated and has a hook on it, right? Like, they've tried to get it right. Like, whichever one is the genuine article and isn't. The loop on here is a little bit more awkward on this one. Like, there's a straight edge to it. That's like, I bet this is the forgery. This is the view of someone who's like trying to do a loop and is uncertain of their loopiness. There's a loop missing from here on the D. The D was drawn this way. What a weird way to do a D. Whereas this was two strokes. This was this, and then this separately. There's a lot of different things here. They're close, but they don't match. It was an attempt. It wasn't someone who just wrote the name down and was like, who cares? Who knows what a signature looks like? I don't. Someone who knew what the signature looked like and tried to forge it, which means someone saw the signature in the book. Or someone familiar with her. Somebody else wrote this letter of hers, but who and why? I suppose it doesn't really matter. It looks like the one with the more of a hook. So the top one was the one on the letter. Gathered evidence to craft a hypothesis. Evidence provides keywords for each hypothesis. Press 1. Okay. Press Make Hypothesis to open the hypothesis panel. Complete a hypothesis by filling in the missing words using keywords gleaned from the evidence. Please consider to determine if you are correct. Okay. So this is where the hypothesis lives. It's down here. So we got entry to the office. We found the forged letter and the fake handwriting. So we need to hypothesize. Miss Dean's departure letter is broken. No. Is forged. Okay, I see. So the hypothesis is her departure letter is a forgery. Consider. What if... I think I see what happened here. So Miss
Dean didn't leave the hotel. And somebody wants us to think that she did. But who? Can I learn anything about the culprit?
We know they can write. I don't think we necessarily... Well, can we assume they speak English because they wrote a letter in English? Because writing and speaking are two somewhat different skills. They go close together. We can assume they maybe knew Miss Dean because they were able to try to forge the handwriting. But we'll say they can write because they wrote a letter.
Of course. Educating the people over here isn't exactly the Crown's highest priority. As a result, literacy rates are low enough in the west of Ireland. The fact that this letter was written at all is a useful clue to the identity of the culprit behind whatever has befallen Miss Dean.
Mystery solved. She did not leave the manor, although somebody wants people to think she did. Yeah. I mean, she might not necessarily be here either, but there's a difference between leaving a place, as in, like, your choice, and being taken away. So I think it's a bit early to determine whether she's here still. Facts about the culprit. Completing a hypothesis is critical to advancing the mystery to find Miss Dean. Each successful hypothesis will reveal facts about the culprit. Information you know about the culprit will appear on the panel on the left. Use it as the story unfolds to eliminate suspects on the screen. For now, get some rest. So this is the suspects. Holy shit. Everybody. We know that they're able to write. He's the manager. Never met Miss Dean. Found various writing from him. So we know he can write. He's a suspect. Straight away, we're into another one. Holy shit. He looks unhappy. He won't discuss it. He's ruled by time, has cracks in his glasses. This is his profile, basically. We need to look around his office. And his quarters. And we still have things to discuss, like, yo, what's up with all the weird shit going on around here, Mr. Varley? Mr. Ward, your room is ready. Climb out. If I leave through there, he's gonna be like, what the fuck were you doing in my office? I should probably just come in through the front door and be like, oh, I took a stroll outside while, you know, waiting. See, I know what I'm doing.
Mr. Ward, your room is ready. Mr. Doyle has taken your luggage ahead.
See, I know how to be sneaky. Nice. This game is doing some very cool stuff. I'm really interested. It's pretty damn good so far. It's interesting that you die without realizing you were on a ticking clock to death at midnight, and I don't know if maybe because we've gone over that hurdle, we're now at a point where it's like, oh, you're fine now. You'll keep going. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how long the demo is either, but you guys should definitely grab this and check it out while Next Fest is on. I'm pretty sure the demo is going to disappear with Next Fest. I'm not sure. They did a round of demo before with the last one. So if you want to check out more of this, go ahead and grab it. But I'm going to leave it there, and we'll leave the mystery for another day. I might come back to this game. I'm going to keep an eye on it and, you know, see when it's due out. It's, let's have a look, actually. Let's put it up on the screen again and have one last quick look at it. So this has been Seance of Blake Manor. It says the release date is 30th of April 2025, but that's because this is the demo. So ignore that. Oh, October 27th. This comes out very soon. Okay, so they're basically probably going to leave the demo up until the game is released, because this demo did come out just before. So this is the actual game. So go wishlist it if you want. Keep an eye on it. And October 27th, it does come out. So at some point, I will probably take this game and actually play a full run through if we can. We'll take a look at it in a much more detail in its full form. Yeah. So again, guys, thanks for watching.